All right, Padres, they get the win. They avoid at least the series loss for now. Going into tomorrow, the rubber match, Padres win this one 3-2 over the Rockies. Martin Perez, I said on my pregame thoughts, and I think I said yesterday in my postgame as well, I was excited to see what Martin Perez was going to do after working with Ruben Niebla, his first start with the Padres. And there was a lot of swings and misses. He was throwing a lot of strikes in this game. He ends up going 80 pitches in 6 innings. See his line here: 6 innings, 1 earned run, just 3 hits, didn't walk anyone. And his last outing, he walked like 4 or 5 guys. So, and this is the first time that he's struck out 7 since the month of April. He did that a couple of times in that month when he was obviously with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So he was getting the swing and miss. He wasn't missing the strike zone a bunch, and he was getting those pitches down, those secondary pitches. He's not going to blow you away with the velocity, but smooth delivery, consistent delivery is what I'm seeing. And that breaking ball and the changeup, I loved watching that changeup tonight. There was movement on it, kept it down in the zone. It was working. At one point, I think 80% of his changeups were swings and misses. They were whiffs by Rockies hitters. So that could be a real weapon, just like it is for Michael King. By the way, this was the Padres' first left-handed starter all season long. I had not realized that. I probably should have. But yeah, I mean, Musgrove, Darvish, Waldron, Cease, King, Vasquez, Major. Got to be one other guy that started. But yeah, those are all righties. And so Martin Perez, a lefty, 6 innings, 1 earned run. You're going to take that every time. I was going to accept 5 innings and 2 runs, 5 innings, 1 run, something like that. And I know that I saw some people on social media saying that they were surprised that this Gordon dude ended up pitching well against the Padres. He gave up 1 hit, Tanner Gordon. But isn't that what these pitchers do when they come and face the Padres? You don't have a ton of experience at the big league level. These Padres batters don't have much experience, if any experience at all, against Tanner Gordon. This is kind of what happens. I'm not trying to make excuses for the Padres offense. Like, the first base runner reached on a Manny walk, I think, in the 5th inning of this game. So not making excuses. Like, the offense got to do better than that. But end of the day, they got the win, and I'm not super surprised. I guess that's my point. I'm not super surprised that Tanner Gordon pitched like this, and he goes 6 innings in this outing. But what obviously I liked was right after the starter got out of this game in the 7th inning. Well, so the fifth inning, that first run on that David Peralta ground out did his job. But in the bottom of the 7th, so inning starts, Crony has a hit, then Manny, not trying to do too much, doubles down the line, lifts it over the first baseman's head there down the right field line into the corner. And that creates a very nice situation for Xander up at the plate, who obviously has been performing really well offensively since he came off the IL. And he gets the single to left, Crony scores, and then this is where, like, the great Mike Schilt baseball, I don't want to say Mike Schilt because it's not like he invented the bunt, but he's someone that really appreciates the small things. And I'm sure he's going to talk about that in his post-game presser tonight, about the bunts and guys just, ground out, move a runner, do your job. And that's what Jackson Merrill did. Well, he had the sac fly, but earlier in the game, was that the 5th inning? I forget if that was the 5th inning, but he had the sacrifice bunt that got the runner over. I'm going to double check here in the 5th inning. Yeah, so Manny had a walk, Xander single. Yeah, that was the 5th. Merrill had the sac bunt. That ended up getting Manny over to third. Then Peralta brings him in. There was no outs in that situation where Merrill had the bunt, so obviously it made sense. Perfect. Just kind of caught it with the bat, not trying to poke at it, as Mud pointed out on the broadcast. Doing the little things. That obviously, that run there, all the runs, ended up being huge tonight for the Padres. Peralta with the ground out, made it 1-1. And then the 7th inning, Crony with the single, Manny with the double, and then Bogart's great situation for him, single there, and then Merrill again. So he has the sac bunt earlier, and then he has the sacrifice fly, which almost got out. I mean, that was some power actually from Merrill. Takes it oppo to left field, and Manny obviously is able to score easily there. Props to Xander, by the way, tagging to second base on that flyout. No runs ended up scoring after that, but just again taking that extra 90 feet, you never know what was going to happen because Peralta grounded out. Then Xander's on third, wild pitch, shallow single, something happens and you could score there. Kim lined out. And by the way, 3-0 pitch earlier in the game on a pitch that was high and in. I know it's easier said than done, or it's easier for me to sit here and say, like, you shouldn't be swinging at that pitch. I could see why he swings at it when out of the hand, you probably think it is your pitch to hit because it's a fastball and he may not think that it's going to be moving in that split second you have to react. But when it's 3-0 like that, and I'm Ha-Sung Kim, I'm probably taking a pitch. Even if it's, if it's down the middle, I guess you swing, and that's probably what he thought. But when you're Ha-Sung Kim and you haven't been doing great offensively, you're not like Xander Bogaerts right now. You're not Manny. I would probably be taking a 3-0 pitch, and maybe the ump doesn't call that pitch because it was a strike in the zone, but it was barely in the zone. Maybe the umpire doesn't call that pitch, and you're able to get on base from that. Like, if it's 3-0, that pitch needs to be perfect. And, watching on TV, obviously, sitting here, it was not a perfect pitch. But, Padres ended up getting the win anyway. Bullpen-wise, so Jason Adam comes in, gets his inning, no earned runs. Tanner Scott came in, Padres debut, got his first strikeout, but that came, I believe, after the home run. Jacob Stallings, it was 99, upper 90s, right in Jacob Stallings' sweet spot. Was not a big swing. It was like a 3/4 swing, really. But Tanner Scott provides all the velocity that the batter needs. And so Stallings hits that out. He's not an offensive catcher by any means. So, I was surprised to see that when Tanner Scott came into the game with the scoreless inning streaks of over 17 innings. But it's kind of like Estrada yesterday. I'm not going to sit here and be super worried about Tanner Scott when I'm looking at the numbers overall this season and how he's been doing. A home run. I'm not going to get worried about it and be like, oh no, should he be pitching in the 8th inning? Robert Suarez comes in, gets the save. That was cool what Padres TV did. They've done it a few times this year where Robert Suarez comes in for a save situation and they keep it there. They don't go to commercial. And we get to see him running in from the bullpen, start warming up. The fans reacting. All had the cell phones out doing the flashlights with their cell phone. It's cool. I've liked some of the things that the Padres broadcast that I think is produced by MLB. I've liked some of the things that they've done this season on those broadcasts. But overall, you want to go better than 1 for 5. One, you want to get more hits with runners in scoring position than 1, and you want to have more opportunities than 5 with runners in scoring position. But at the end of the day, I don't care how it gets done. Padres, they win this game. 60-52 is their record. I believe the Dodgers, last time I checked, were winning against the A's, so they can keep pace with the Dodgers for the NL West, which I believe is about 4.5 games back. They're in the division. And we'll see if the Padres can get the series win with Matt Waldron on the mound tomorrow. That was the update, I believe, before the game. Schild announced that Waldron would start tomorrow, and then Michael King hopefully will start against the Pirates once that series starts in Pittsburgh on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. Don't know what day. Maybe Schild announced that. I didn't see that. But hopefully sometime during that Pittsburgh series gives Michael King a little bit more time. Totally good with that. And that's my post-game reaction today. Post-game reaction will come during the live show tomorrow. Not immediately after the game, probably, but tomorrow evening at some point.